Hello everybody, it's me, and today I'm going to be doing a video on collegeboard and just kind of some of the issues that they've been having lately, and even some speculation that they're trying to infiltrate Reddit to find cheaters. A lot of people don't like collegeboard. One of the reasons why is they charge around $90 for an AP test, which is a test you take to determine if you will receive credit for the entire course, and you don't get a refund if you fail. So some of the people from poorer communities, if they don't have a whole lot of money, they might not be able to take as many AP tests, which creates kind of a divide there, where some of the people with more money will be able to take more AP tests or AP courses and receive credit for those than people from poorer communities where they don't have that opportunity. Some private colleges aren't even really accepting AP credits. For example, I believe Princeton and Dartmouth, while scoring well on the test can get you into some harder courses, they don't give you a straight up credit for that course. And basically, a lot of what College Board does is just kind of a way to keep earning money from students. Like, for example, the SAT costs money. So what do? You study for the SAT with possibly a tutor and books. And both of those cost money. And some colleges aren't even taking the SAT scores. For example, I believe the most recent is the University of California. That series of schools, they are not taking SAT scores. So if you spend money on a SAT score and you get accepted into one of those, they didn't really do a whole lot. And about the whole Reddit thing that's going on, basically a user named dinosauce313 created their account right about when AP tests were announced. They created a subreddit called AP Test 2020, and at first it seemed a little off as they used some out-of-date language, just kind of basically sounded like an adult trying to fit in with teenagers. There are other AP study subs, and those usually get taken down or disabled during the AP testing few weeks, but AP Test 2020 was not. So people believe College Board would have, the authority to keep that one sub up if it's only to catch cheaters. Trevor Packer, the senior vice president of College Board, talked about finding, quote, a ring of students caught attempting to cheat. As far as I know, nobody on this subreddit has been banned or has their scores canceled or anything like that. But a lot of people actually think he's bluffing and just using that as a scare tactic to stop other people from cheating. And a Redditor actually got Dinosauce's IP address using a Grabify link. Basically, a Grabify link, you send that to somebody, and if they click on it, it will send you back, I believe, their IP along with some other information I'm not too sure about. But they found that he was located in Northern Virginia, which is where a College Board office is. So either dinosauce313 is a troll, and they either got a VPN, even though you can't find an IP address through Reddit. So I guess it was just like a just in case thing, or they just happened to live near a College Board and just thought that was an opportunity to troll, or it is College Board and they create a whole subreddit to try and catch cheaters. Another thing that's kind of interesting, a lot of people reported dinosauce313 to College Board, whether through Twitter or through their website, and no action seems to have been taken so far. So obviously, a lot of people believe if that was actually somebody trying to cheat, then College Board would do something like cancel their scores or put out a notice or something. But I believe since now nothing has happened, that is in fact College Board. And username just kind of sounds generic. Dinosauce313, that doesn't really sound like something a teenager possibly would make. And somebody actually found on a username generator site, they found that it could generate dinosauce. So a lot of people believe that whoever it is just went to, they need a quick username, so they just went on a website and found one. And so that's kind of what's been going on there. I believe since dinosauce313, I believe he has since disabled posting on AP Test 2020, and it's just kind of a weird scenario, and a lot of people think that it's really low to try and create a whole subreddit to catch cheaters. I've been on a subreddit a bit. I'm not in any AP classes, um, but I haven't seen really any cheating or anything like that, so I don't think it was very successful. And if Trevor Packer may or may not be lying about that whole ring of students, could be he actually did find a ring of students. But I think what a lot of people found is he tweeted this, I believe, before the first AP test even happened. So there's really no way to tell if those students were actually going to cheat. They might have talked about doing it, but I don't think you can really do anything until you actually find them cheating. So a lot of people believe that is another reason why he might be bluffing. And the AP online test, that just honestly went badly. It was just a string of glitches and just badly worded instructions. For example, there's a sample test that the AP students take just to make sure that everything will go through correctly. That sample test accepted HEIC photos. I don't know if there's a different way I'm supposed to be saying that, but basically if you take a picture on an iPhone, it will automatically be in HEIC format, but the actual test won't accept that. But the sample test did, so a lot of people just took a picture of their iPhone and it went through, so they thought, okay, we can use that for the real test. And I believe it was after the first test already happened, or after a bit, that College Board finally tweeted, oh, HEIC doesn't work, you have to convert it to JPEG, and they put like a kind of infographic on how to convert it. I believe they posted this on Twitter, but they didn't put it in any of the apps, so a lot of people were upset. They were like, okay, well, if we find out about this, how are you going to tell the other students who might not use social media? And so that was something that kind of went bad. And I believe it happened to a lot of people. A lot of people, they just took a picture of their iPhone, and that was their only problem with the test. So they were able to access the questions, they wrote down all of their answers, and the only reason why their test won't count is because they used their iPhone to take a picture. So obviously that is really upsetting. And the first week students, I believe the students who took the test in the first week, will have to retest in June. And this upsets a lot of people because it's still May, and so they're gonna have to. Those students are gonna have to spend a whole month studying again for the test that they've already taken. And obviously, it won't be the same questions probably or anything like that, but they've already took the test and they didn't have any issues with it. It was College Board that had the issues because they wouldn't accept certain formats, and people have sent videos of them finishing like 5 minutes early and just sitting there clicking the submit button with nothing happening. So that, again, those students who completely finished the test were completely done with it, but they're going to have to still retake it, and their first time won't count just because College Board had issues. Trevor Packer said that it was around 2% of all students who had issues, but a lot of people believe that's not the truth, as a lot of people have said that up to half of their whole class had issues. So a lot of people believe that is over 2%. I also believe it's over 2% because, I mean, I saw a lot of stuff on like Twitter and Reddit. Now, obviously, the people who had issues would be more motivated to post something about it than people who didn't have issues, but it seemed like a lot of people having issues. And another thing is all of the tests were at the same time. So that means while that might be okay here in America, where the test would be at like 2 p.m. or 1 p.m. or sometime in the afternoon, students all the way in Asia, they were having to take their tests at like 3, 4, and 5 in the morning. And obviously, you can't really take a test that early in the morning. Like, you're just not going to do as well on it. So a lot of people believe that that should be fixed. They should have different questions, and the students over in Asia and those parts of the world should be able to take the test when it's convenient for them. And they did a lot of people also believe that it was unnecessary to take all the tests at the same time, especially if people were getting different questions, because then I mean, they're already taking the test at like 3, 4, 5 in the morning, and obviously some of the questions were harder than ever, so a lot of people are hoping that they're going to be graded as such, I believe. But yeah, that's just kind of the whole what's been going on with College Board and the dinosauce thing. Honestly, there's some evidence for dinosauce being College Board. It's one of those things, like, you can have evidence for it, but it's kind of hard to get evidence against it. Like, for example, okay, this is gonna sound weird, but like Bigfoot. There's evidence for Bigfoot, like you have the blurry pictures and stuff, but you can't really prove that Bigfoot doesn't exist. Now, obviously, you can say, okay, well, there's no definite proof, and that is true, but you can't exactly prove he doesn't exist. So you can't really prove Dinosauce isn't College Board unless something new comes out. But as for now, we just have some evidence that he is, or whoever it is College Board. So, yeah, that's pretty much. This is a longer video. It's 11 minutes so far. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's some of the issues College Board has been having, and a lot of people are upset. Honestly, you can go on pretty much any social media site like Instagram, Twitter, Reddit, and if you go on College Board, for Reddit, if you go on the College Board subreddits, for Twitter and Instagram, if you go on their accounts, you can see a lot of people upset in the comments that their money has just kind of been wasted. Also, College Board calls themselves nonprofit, but they rake in millions and possibly even $1 billion like every year. So a lot of people they're like, how can you be nonprofit if you're making a profit? But yeah, that's just something I felt I wanted to explain, and I just kind of wanted to learn more about. So yeah, that's pretty much it, and thank you guys for watching. Bye.